But I'm going to tell you something, Mr. Hamilton. I've never owned a government house.
Yes.
I never applied for one.
Right.
I've never owned one.
Right.
But I used to rent one.
Okay.
And I can tell you this much. There were no cupboards in the bedroom.
That's not gonna happen.
There were no, what you call it, things to put your clothes.
I got you.
And there was no any sort of a thing to fit the washing machine. So I had to,
install all those things.
I didn't. Well, I'll leave the hose outside so the water can run out.
My goodness.
And so on, and it was the bedrooms were so small.
But you're right.
You could hardly turn around in
But
them.
You're right.
I couldn't put any sort of a big bed in it. I couldn't put a, a dressing table or anything like that in
There's
it.
nothing better than experience. You're speaking from your own experience.
So I know.
And so you know what
I've never owned one, but I used to rent one.
Yes. That is why we are approaching our construction this way. The houses will be properly painted. Let's put it this way. Emphasis will be placed on proper construction to avoid leaking. You may still have leaking through windows because, this is an imperfect world, but every effort will be made to avoid leaking in those houses. In other words, we expect proper work to be done, and it will be monitored. We have hired extra people to survey and to look at the jobs on the ground and to report back and to follow through. No longer will no inspector come to a house when the house starts and when it finish.
Mm-hmm.
When it's going on, you will have inspectors behind you at every period, every turn. That's what's going to take place. We are going to change the frontal look of the houses using single hung windows. We're getting from Barbados. Quality windows for the front. You may still have the windows to the side and to the back. If we can afford it within the price, we will change it. But for now, when you approach the house, you must get the aesthetics right.
Sure.
The house will be painted, the cupboards will be in, and the clothes, all of those things will be in. The bedroom will be bigger. You used to have a 12, I think it's a 10 by 9 or something like that. You now will be having 12 by 12 and in some cases 12 by 14. The idea is to give someone a bedroom so he could walk around his bed. Yeah, he could walk around his bed. Right? And if he wants to, he could put a dressing table in the room as well. Not because it means that you're poor. Amy is supposed to be a little bit more comfortable.
Right.
So we're trying to bring that comfort. The bathroom is going to be bigger. We are looking now from 40 square feet to 56 square feet. The house itself in its size will be increased from 780 square feet was the last size that were built. Mm-hmm. We're going now to 862 square feet. We're going further. The houses in the past have always had what I describe, at least in the business that I was in insurance, as a soft roof.
Mm-hmm.
And the soft roof includes materials like shingles. And while shingles are very good, my own house have shingles on it.
Yes.
While shingles are very good, they are more vulnerable to the ravages of hurricanes, catastrophe, than is the galvanized or galvalume. So we have decided, and we have engaged a local manufacturer. I say manufacturer in that while the raw material may be in plain sheets, the shaping of the roof, the grooving and so on will be done locally. Mm-hmm. We have engaged a local manufacturer, and I wish there were more, so we could give more people work to do the roofing and deliver a hard roof. I describe it as a hard roof because it is galvalume. I had the gauge somewhere, I hope I still have it, but it's a heavy gauge.
It's not susceptible to leaks.
Right, no. Mm-hmm. So that you have galvalume on the roof. So that persons, for the first time, the National Housing Corporation will be providing for the people of our country a house with a hard roof, a house which is bigger, bedrooms bigger, bathrooms bigger, and with all of the facilities in. When you're moving to live.
Sure.
That's why we say to those persons who are likely, we don't know who they are yet, but if you have a wish, a willingness to own a home, you have to start saving some money. Because when you move into a house, the electricity has to be installed, the water has to be installed, those facilities cost money. Mm-hmm. The insurance has got to be paid. You have to see a house that you're getting as perhaps your largest investment in life.
Yes.
And in anything that you're investing, you should take it with seriousness, not only to acquire it, but also to protect it. Because we're living, especially in St. Kitts, this northern part of the Caribbean, we are in what we call a hurricane zone. You know, we are in a catastrophic zone. And so we want to make sure. So don't wait until you hear, well, listen, I put in for a house and I get the house. And when you get the house, you say, but I have to find $4,000, but me ain't got it. Coming by Hamilton to beg him something, because me ain't gonna give you. Prepare yourself for the time when you get in the house. Because I know that some people like that, they're going to come to the politicians.
Yes,
but
yes.
And I'm telling all the politicians out there, do not give them. Let them start to save now.
Right. You must be wise.
Yes. Plan for it and work for it.
You cannot be like the foolish bride.
Saying that. Right. So, yes, so you see the quality of the house will be much better quality. And even if only the roof alone were new, that's better quality.
Right.
Right? I'll tell you also. And look how I'm going to talk a secret right now on open radio. I've approached a particular individual about the prospect of providing solar panels for these houses.
Yes.
And the reason I did that was because I know that back in 2013 or 2014, there were 300 panels came here to outfit houses. They're somewhere up the airport or somewhere in some container. So they're sitting there for all these years. I don't know all of the legal ramifications with it. So I'm still trying to work through it. But I'm letting you know my secret. If I can get that little unwrangling done, and it is possible to put on each of those homes a unit for solar, I'll do it for poor people. If I can get all of the legal things untangled, and it is feasible, I will do it once we get it within the price. I get the impression from persons who know that it shouldn't be more than $2,500 more. If that is it, man, and I can get those things untangled, that's the next step.
Okay.
So that I can save electricity for ordinary people.
Okay.
It's poor people you're talking about, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to make sure that
they must be comfortable
yes,
too.
Man. Yes. So.
Okay, what about paying the mortgage for these homes, Minister Hamilton? What kind of monthly mortgages are we looking at? The different income categories have anything to do with the payment, and how much interest on mortgage are we looking at?
The likelihood of persons paying as much as $600, maybe a little more, is real, because we want to make sure that persons also provide the resources to keep their home insured, at least for up to a particular point.
Okay.
Because, as I say, it's your largest investment. And it makes no sense for you to invest in this property. Not because you're not going and borrowing the money from a bank. You're borrowing from an HC. But it makes no sense for you to have this investment of $140,000, $150,000, for example. And in year one, a hurricane comes and damages your roof. And you yourself, as an individual, you're not in a position to fix the roof back. And NHC is in this position where it has to find $20 million to do all the houses that damage, and maybe don't have it. So we want to partner with you to make sure, look, if it happens, even if NHC has to find $2 million, the next $18 million is covered by insurance. We want to be in a position where your house you're paying for, you can get back in it and live. And so we want at least, we didn't put a particular year on it, but certainly to encourage people to pay a small sum monthly. So you might find that if the person's monthly amount was ordinarily $600, for example, it might go to $642, but it is for their own protection. It's not a robbing them of anything. And when you think of it, they're getting a property which at $140,000 is a steal at those rates. I'm saying I call the figure 600. I'm not saying that's what it is,
right?
Because I don't know the calculation yet. But it's a steal of a deal when you get a house totally complete bathroom, toilets, cupboards, properly tiled, properly painted, hard roof, it's a great deal. A very great deal for ordinary poor people.
Okay. Now, does a person's income...
Yes. If we have decided in cabinet before building these houses that if your household income is $3,000 or less, that the interest rate you pay is 2%.
Okay.
I think if it is 4,000 or less, the interest rate is 3%.
Sure.
And if it's 5,000 or less, I think it's either 4 or 5%.
Okay.
In other words, we will not be having a family with depressed income struggling to pay their loan because of an interest rate.
Sure.
Now, bear in mind, that is a bargain for the homeowner, given the fact that the loan we are getting may be higher than 2%, but we have decided, we have made it our duty to satisfy the NHC Act, so that those who are least among us are not enslaved by what we are doing.
Sure. Understand. Now, Minister, we have to go to the phone lines.
Of
I'm
course,
sure there are people who want to find out about this housing program and how they can apply and all kinds of things. So we are going to open the lines. The number is 465-2555. That's the local number, 465-2555. And the international number is 1-718-577-2916. That is 1-718-577-2916. We welcome your calls. There's no one on the line at the moment.
Right. Well, in the meantime, then I will inform you that we at NHC we embarked on another program we call HELP.
Yes.
We had available to us approximately $1 million, which was left over from a program previously administered by the previous administration, for which there was in my own
what does HELP
information.
stand for?
I hope you eventually got that, because you yourself will go to inquire.
Yes. I think it's Home Enhancement
Loan
Program.
That's what it is. Yeah. But strange enough, it is a sort of a misnomer, because there's no loan component in what we have revised it to be.
Right.
What we have revised it to be is a grant program. In other words, we were giving grants to persons up to $10,000 to help them to do a few things. I must tell you that over the year, persons have misunderstood the intent and have made applications for different things which do not fall in that category. So I want to explain the category again. And currently it is under review. I have to give you the history. By 1981, the 1981 census showed that more than 75%, near 80%.
There's a call on the line, Minister Hamilton. Working for you, good afternoon. Working for you, good afternoon.
I'm wondering about I'm calling into the show that's on right now about housing with Minister Hamilton.
That is correct.
Okay, so how do I go about getting to speak with him? I have a question.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Pose your question.
Okay. Hold it.
Pose your question. Pose it.
Okay. My question is, I live abroad. I live in Canada, and I'm wondering, as a Kittian wanting to move back home, would I be allowed to get one of those houses that he's talking about?
You mean you want me to answer you while you're online?
Yes, I want you to say if we are allowed to, if people abroad are allowed to apply for those houses, or it has to be someone who is living at home.
Anyone can make an application to NHC, but it's very likely that the decision for
preference would be given
will be those persons who are here and in need of housing. I will not say that nobody from Canada will get it, but because this is life. But I will think that once you are residing here, there's an opportunity for you to benefit from it.
Okay.
But I will say that you first have to start with NHC, and then the information will then advise those who are making decisions how to go about dealing with it. And I will think on the surface of it, I'll tell you, anybody who is here and looking for homes will be way ahead of those who might be living abroad.
Of course. That's only fair.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Bye.
There's another call on the line, Minister. Working for you, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. That's all, William.
Good afternoon, sir.
You need to me say one love. How you say the boss?
Well, if it is me you mean by the boss, I'm here, but I always think that I'm not the boss, I'm the servant.
No, the general Gene Hamilton.
Oh, well, I'm the servant. Thank you, I'm here.
Oh, I just hear cool. I want to ask a question, the boss.
I tell you, I'm the servant.
Okay, you here to serve. Okay, I understand that.
Okay.
I live behind by school in a gut area, right?
Which school?
Well, in a Monkey Hill area.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I talked to you several times about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and me in a bathroom now and thing, and me live in the gut and whatnot. And
yeah?
People, yes, and me want to know how I could go about doing this thing and how I could...
Let me ask you. You have a house there?
A board house.
Oh, you built a board house there?
Yeah, but you know, a toilet and everything there.
Well, you know, I would have thought that you would have applied before, and I would still think that you should apply. You go to NHC, you complete the form, you indicate what the state of your home is, and it could be considered. Let me tell you, the program, I should add that very quickly, stopped for a while because we had used up the resources we had. And I've just had approval from the cabinet in principle for an additional sum to be able to continue the program. The only delay is that we are reorganizing it to make sure that it delivers what we say it should deliver, rather than to go beyond those bounds unnecessarily. But from what you explained to me, it sounds to me like you are a candidate ripe for support.
Yes, boss. Yes, I want to tell you something. Me work on the garbage truck, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, me help, man. Me try to keep the country clean. Anytime they want to call me late, and so me make sure me go out and perform.
That's a bee in your bonnet, man.
Huh?
That's a bee in your bonnet, man.
Well, you know we go sometimes.
All right. Well, I look forward to hearing more, to seeing the thing and hearing from you. It doesn't come to me directly, but I can look for it.
Okay. All right, the boss, enjoy.
Take care.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
You know, many persons like to say, the boss.
I know.
It's habit. But the truth
it's
is,
a habit, and it's just a slang.
To be honest with you, I don't know that it's probably just a habit and just a slang. You're right, but I tend to make people think. Stop thinking of me as the boss. When you know, it makes you look like you want to serve. I'm the servant.
Yes. I understand. It's a matter of semantics, really.
I'm the servant. I am the servant. I'm the one who's supposed to respond. You actually are the boss. You voted me into power.
Yes, you would not have that power.
No,
if it was not given to you by the people.
That's right. But I was talking about that program, and I was saying that the intent was, and I started to give a bit of history, indicating that in by the census of 1981, more than 70% of the people in St. Kitts had no water and toilet in the facility. You must remember, it was all about the estates.
That's correct.
And it was all structured that way.
There were
people live near gut sides and so on and so on and so on.
You had your kitchen outside, something you knocked up outside.
I mean, you and I grew up when you butcher a pig at Christmas, you let it thing out. You hang the pork on the side of the wall and you corn it.
I know that.
And of course the flies will go and do all kind of things on it as well. But
there's another call. Working for you. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is that?
Hello?
Is that?
Yes.
Yes, do you answer that, is it?
Okay, good. That's a question for the minister.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, question. Is it possible for somebody who want to build a home get help from NHC by having their own design and probably ask for an additional, maybe, allowed to add an additional $50,000 to the design that they have to build a home? Or do they have to just wait for use the design that is there already?
I'll answer you this way and say that if someone has a design and the person qualifies, and I say qualify because you see, you have a house design which might be different to what NHC has. It may be a design that has already been approved by the Development and Planning board, or board that it's already approved. You may have gone to a financial institution to get financing and was turned down. You are not in a position because, well, the bank ain't lending you. The question one has to answer is, so where does he turn? And it would seem to me that if NHC in a position to build you a low-income house, that there's no reason why the negotiations cannot include doing the house with what you actually can design, especially given what you just say, that you're putting in a certain sum of money of your own. So I will say all those are possibilities. We will never rule those possibilities out, because if we don't do it for you, you can't get the banks to lend you. How else are you going to own anything?
All right, thanks. I just wanted to, have a different look at it, because, it's like, this is what they have, and, what if you could add extra room,
Put it this way. This is not something that we we embark upon. But this is something once we understand the circumstances, and we say, this guy wants a house built, but he can't go to a bank, he's been turned down. What do? Leave him forever without a home? So.
Yeah, because I'm saying, and as you said earlier, with the monitoring program and so on, you have this amount available for the building. But like I said, maybe he has some skill of his own,
Exactly.
something like that.
Exactly.
But he can go and get that help and, get all the negotiation and conditions and so on.
Yeah.
Get what he's looking for, and everybody happy, I guess.
Right. One of the things that I trust that we will be able to do, though, is that hopefully before this term of me being in government is out, is that we do have the kind of forum where people speak about the housing development in the country, so that we can use what you say to form an overall housing policy, policy that we can adopt as NHC and maybe overall in the Human Settlement Ministry. Because there are a lot of things that sometimes you think that you know everything, you know nothing. A lot of things you don't know until when certain people, ordinary people. I always tell, I worked with a few people years ago, and I used to say to them, look, the best ideas come from the lowliest among us. Sometimes you think because you name the chief executive, you have ideas, your idea might be jokey. Because if you and the example I usually give is, if you go to a supermarket, right? There's another call. Let me
there's another.
Let me say it to you. If you go to a supermarket and you see a fellow coming up with 12 Cokes in his hand, and you think, well, wow, what a great idea, 12 Cokes. The idea came from the fellow who carting out the food, because he was dropping the Cokes when he take them up one by one.
That is correct.
The lowest among us come with the best ideas.
Yes, Minister. Working for you, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm calling about 3 concerns I have.
Sure.
In the St. Peter's area.
Yes.
All right. The first one is about the excess water that runs down from the top of the hill.
That's where?
In St. Peter's, Upper Monkey Hill.
Upper Monkey Hill.
Yes. When you come across by Cedric, just above the hill where Lion Rock lives.
Yes. Water comes down there in huge proportions.
Yes, and it's undermining the road at the moment. And it's really washing out the yards that are below.
Okay.
Another one is in concern of getting a post for my neighbor.
A post?
Yes, to put a light, because the alley is very dark.
Electricity pole.
That's where you're talking about. You say Upper Monkey Hill again?
Upper Monkey Hill as well.
Okay. You're touching. I should have had the Ministry of Public Infrastructure here with me, but I've made a note. All right, go. You said 3 things. Go ahead.
Yes, and I'm asking about what if I have a piece of land in St. Paul's.
Yes.
I am living in St. Peter.
You already paid for it, you mean, and own it?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it possible land could be exchanged?
Yes, anything is possible.
So how do I go about in doing so?
Now, first thing, there must be land available in St. Peter's. And if there's land available in St. Peter's,
Yes.
and it can be identified as available, I believe that you go to the Ministry of Land, the Land Sales Ministry, which is down the Social Security building upstairs. You can indicate to them that you would like to have, you wanted to go to St. Peter's. That is, I'm not saying that it will happen, I'm saying that it's possible. Because,
I understand.
Because if the land is available and they are minded to do that, they certainly can arrange for you to have that done. The thing about exchanging land, though, once you already have title, is that you incur additional costs because, you know, there are certain things that have to be paid for when you are exchanging land once title is already passed. So, but that's aside, anything is possible.
All right. So please see about the lamppost and the road, please. Because we're getting too much cost having to refill.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you my number. My number is 662-3347. You got that?
Yes, I have it.
You have my number before?
662-3347. 3347?
Yes. When this program is done, or anytime you think that you have the time, give me a call so that I can get more specifics on what you're talking about, the specific area, the specific pole. Maybe I can even come when you call me and see what you're talking about.
All right.
And then we see how we can address it.
Okay, I'll keep it to your word, sir.
I'm always a man of my word. You'll see that.
All right. Thank you.
Working for you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, it's me.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, and I want to say special good afternoon to the Honorable.
Good afternoon, Mr. Do you mind if I call your name?
My friend. Gene, you know where I'm at right now calling you?
Noel?
Yes, I'm in Connor right by Sunny.
You're by Sunny? Okay, good.
Yes.